Hey, good to see you, my friends. This is Lucas here today. Now, batching your work, what does this actually mean? Now, you got to put together your work, and it could be in hours, it could be in days. But what you actually should think about very much is batching your work will make you very efficient in whatever you're doing. Now, batching your work in hours, batching your work in days, can you also batch your work in minutes? That's something that you're going to find out in today's video. And of course, before we get into the batching the work, I want to point you to my website, lukasu.com, because on my website, we've got some special offers for you right now. And before we go into that, of course, I want you to help you and create the possibilities for you to get that promotion, of course. Now, batching your work. Let's get back to the batching your work. We've got those minutes. We've got 1,440 minutes in a day. Now, batching your work is very important because our brain works in a certain way. Our brain works in a certain structure. Every time, there's a reason why people always say, in the morning I'm most productive. Or when people tend to say, in the evening I'm most productive. That's already batching your work. You already know when your brain is most productive. Now, if you know when your brain is most productive, you should put your most productive activities in that batch, in that time slot of your day. So, for example, you can batch your work in a certain way. If you already know that in the morning, 2 hours, you're very productive, put all the necessary tasks there. Don't focus on the things that don't get you productive. Don't focus on the things that do not get you to your goal that you need to. Don't focus on the things that do not get that promotion that you really truly want to. Because if you're just finishing up tasks just to finish up your tasks, then that is not productive at all. So if you know that the first 2 hours of your day are productive, then put in those 2 hours your productive things, the things that you really need to finish by that day. After that, you can say like, okay, this is the buffer moment right now. That could be, 2 hours. So all in between those 2 hours, so after your productive moment, you can have 2 hours of buffers. And 2 hours of buffers is totally fine. What you could do is you can have those phone calls that you need to do. You can type those emails that you need to finish. And you need, it's like an walk-in hour. So the moment those 2 hours, those buffer hours can be the moment that people can walk into you and ask you questions. Whereas on those focus moments, those moments you have to focus and be productive, tell your colleagues that you're not allowed to walk in because you're not going to help people out. You're like, hey, sorry, I'm in my focus moment. I know that this is my productive moment of the day. I'm not going to help you out. It's not being personal, but it's being setting the limits because, hey, I know I'm going to be productive and I know I'm going to reach my goal if I use this buffer time. My buffer moment, that's the moment when you can walk in. The moment you categorize and batch your work into those moments, all of a sudden, you'll notice that you'll be far more productive. Now, we know this professor, Jordan Peterson, a professor I love as well. He always talks, how efficient are we with our time? How efficient are we? Most likely, if you're going to watch that, and if you're going to check out all the work that people tend to do in researches, you also see that. How effective are people? Somewhere between 2 and 4 hours on a day. All the other hours is mostly just filling up buffer time, talking to colleagues. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, and it's necessary in most cases, but you'll notice it doesn't serve you to get to your goal that you really want to. It doesn't serve you to get to the promotion that you know that you can do. That's the interesting part. Most of the people always think, I'm so busy. Well, I'll tell you what, that's all buffer time. You've all batched it in your buffer moment. Because if you're really thinking about how effective you are, how often do you batch your time into those most effective focus moments? Very little. Very little of your time goes into those focus moments. Now that's okay because in the end you get your work done. That's totally fine. But you got to be aware If you're really clear of this is my moment to focus, and in between is my buffer time, and at somewhere halfway the day after my lunch walk outside, I got another focus moment of an hour and a half. Very good. That's the moment that people cannot disturb you. That's the moment when you're going to finish up the work. And even after that, you can still have a more buffer time in the moments that you're going to check the stuff that you really need to do. Tick off all the boxes that you have on your to-do list. That's all your buffer time. And there's one more batch that you need to think of. And this is the batch that people tend to forget. So we've got the focus buffer. That's the first one. Oh, sorry, the focus batch. The second one is, of course, the buffer batch. So in the case that, hey, it's necessary stuff that we need to do, but it doesn't get you where you want to be with your goal. And the last buffer, the third one that people tend to forget very often, is the rest buffer. Is the rest batch. Is the batch that you need to tell yourself, I'm not buffering, so it's not the time for you to walk in or anything. It's not the time for me to focus. It's time for me to rest and recharge from the day to the next moment of the day. And this may be watching silly YouTube videos, and this may be playing a game on your Xbox or on your PlayStation or on your PC, watching a movie. This could be anything, but you should be very aware of yourself, telling yourself, this is the rest batch. I'm taking my rest here. I'm recharging here. I'm letting my brain get back to its full power again. Those are the three batch themes that we need to think about, and we need to categorize. And the moment we're aware of those batches, makes a complete difference. You'll be able to get to your goals faster than you normally can. This is what people always tend to forget. They do know that they need to focus. They know that they need to buffer and have time for other stuff to finish. But the third batch is what they also tend to forget. They do take their rest, but they're not aware that they're taking a rest. They're just sitting on their couch thinking like, oh goodness, I got so much work to do, but I'm also so tired. Yeah, that's the moment that your brain tells you, hey, I got to take a rest now. And if you're not going to take a rest for me, I'm going to take it by myself. And this is how you can get to your promotion. And if you like this video, of course, share this video with your friends and your colleagues and your family. And of course, if you want to check something cool out, go to my website, lukasshoe.com. But if you want to see something cool, a free web series to teach you how to get that promotion with free tips and hints, and of course, common errors, we've compiled all the things together on lukasshoe.com/job promo. If you fill in that link and you'll check out the website, you'll see those free web series there. lukasshoe.com/job promo. Check it out for some free stuff. It's completely free, no strings attached, to get you leveled up, to get you your promotion that you wanted so bad. And not only the videos that you see today, but it's all combined together in a compact web series just for you. I wish you best of luck, and I'll see you around.